This episode of Life 100 Podcast is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. I remember going places with my then young family and stopping at McDonald's to that service with a smile that is so welcoming, and the Happy Meals, they were a favorite. My kids loved them because they collected the toys and made them feel so happy. And now my daughters, they're grown and we have those memories with us. When we go, the smiles still come because we enjoy it so much. And that's what you get when you visit a McDonald's, an unofficial community center. Para-pa-pa-pa, me encanta. Welcome back to Life 100 Podcast. This is Rosie and it's so good to be with you. This is a new series, a weekly episode about going places, traveling, out of state, same-day travel. Yes, we are going to other states. We are enjoying the place and returning all in one day. And I'll bring you tips from the starting line on how to get it all done, money savings ideas, and steps to plan ahead. So let's go to California, Colorado, and Florida. In my case, I am starting from my home base in Texas, and you can modify it from wherever you are. Each episode will be 1 week in English and the next week in Spanish. So get ready because we are going places. Oh, yes, we are. And on the last episode was a day trip I did from Texas to California, in where we talk about free transportation, a tour bus, and going places in Los Angeles and Hollywood, and places on the coast like Santa Monica and Venice. But now, this time, I am taking you to Denver, Colorado, where my friend Kim and her husband Marcus moved a couple of years ago. And by the way, Kim was on my special episode back on April of 2020, talking about her remarkable approach to staying positive during this pandemic. Also, this time, our mutual friend Cody is joining me. She was on episode 22, and she talked about hiking in Europe and her time living in China. It's an amazing episode with great tips as well. And instead of taking a tour bus like I did in California, Kim and Marcus were going to show us around. So now I'm going to tell you all about this trip so you too can consider, if you haven't yet, this same-day travel. I've been in Denver twice. My first trip was a solo trip, and that was back in 2019, where I was planning to spend a weekend. Kim and her family just moved there and was so excited to show me around. But life happened, and I was able to do it, but for just 1 day. Now, this second trip was a couple of months ago, and as usual, it was a non-stop flight, early morning, and we took advantage of an offer I received on the phone. And get this, same day, round trip, non-stop flights for $117 on a Saturday. It was perfect since I did not work the next day. This particular flight was 2 hours. We departed at 6 in the morning and we arrived at 7 a.m. And the reason is because the time zones. We are in Central Time, Denver is in Mountain Time, so we have an extra hour to enjoy our stay. And happiness was all around since we were going to see each other in person, something that we treasure even more these days. And we went straight to Mount Evans. It was a beautiful sunny Saturday, and we made the 54-mile drive without any delays. And on the way, we were able to talk, to catch up. You're enjoying the view and sharing this time with friends, IRL, in real life. And having friends like Kim and Marcus made a great trip an amazing one because they did things to make sure that we have the best of time. They checked traffic patterns to avoid delays. And they brought snacks, water, juices, and all that. I mean, Kim asked Cody and me a few days before our trip what things they would like to eat. When she picked us up, she had all that there, and it was great because we didn't have to stop to get them. You're talking about fruits and everything you can imagine. She was ready. And remember that these are still COVID days. There was a need to make reservations to visit Mount Evans, and they did ahead of time. Also, they took advantage of the Park Pass. America the Beautiful, which is a national park and federal recreational land pass that is valid from 1 year from the date of purchase and allows you to visit over 2,000 sites across the United States for just $80. So you don't have to pay entrance fees every time that you go, which could be around $15 each. So it is an amazing, amazing deal. And now that we arrived to the entrance to Mount Evans, and we just passed Echo Lake, which, by the way, the view is extraordinary, we were ready to drive up and hike the highest paved road in North America. You are talking about going and driving the scenic byway, hiking as well, and reaching the summit of Mount Evans. And along the way, we made several stops. There were bathrooms available, places to see and learn about the landscaping and wildlife there. So we stopped at the Nature Center and we went for a short wildflower hike. And then we continue to the next stop. And for sure, one of my favorite ones. It is the breathtaking Summit Lake. When I went in 2019, it had more snow at this time. But either way, it is spectacular. You see mountain goats, beautiful flowers, and of course, the lake. The only thing I have to say is, wow, what a view. It's just being there one with nature. Then the last stop on our way up was the summit of Mount Evans. Amazing, a perfect place for a hike. So after that, on our way down from the summit, we stopped to another of my favorite places, the Chicago Creek Waterfalls. I mean, listen to this. So we were getting hungry now, and we went to downtown Denver. The first time I went there on 2019, we went to Union Station. This time, Kim and Marcus took us to the 16th Street Mall, where we had lunch and saw live music. Yes, there was a festival going on at the same time. And then we continue going to the art area or Rhino Art District, where we stopped by a brewing place, and then we went to the Denver Central Market. And of course, we're gonna take time stopping and taking pictures and just enjoying the conversations that you finally are able to have in real life. Here is Cody sharing her experience in this same day travel.
One day I got a text from Rosie saying, hey, this might be crazy, but I just got a single day ticket out to Denver to go visit a friend of ours who lives out there. And she said it was a deal, which it was. I think it was about $100 round trip. And she said, you should get one too, and we can all spend the day together. I thought about it for maybe 10 minutes and then went ahead and bought my ticket as well. We flew out to Denver on the first flight in the morning. And we got into Denver and drove out to the mountains and got to walk around the mountains there. We saw amazing views. The weather was amazing coming from Texas, where it's super hot. It was so nice to go somewhere with a little cooler weather. We got to see waterfalls, and then we ate Korean barbecue, which was delicious and so spicy. I loved it. We got to walk around downtown and even see a music festival that was going on. We didn't know that was going to be happening, so that was fun. And then we went to an arts district, which has amazing street art all over a certain part of Denver. And we went to a brewery, sat outside again in the amazing weather, and just got to spend time with a friend of ours who we don't get to see in person very often. So that was so nice to do. Then we came back home on the last flight back from Denver, and it was a whirlwind trip, but we accomplished so much. And most importantly, doing things like that to go see people that you love and you love being around. It was amazing, and I can't wait to see where our next single day adventure takes us.
As you can see, a day trip is such a great gift for you that you give to yourself and to others as well. So take a chance and explore your options and see what can be done with what you have available. And I hope this has inspired you to consider taking a day trip, either solo like I did in California or with a friend like I did in this one. And always, it is great to spend time with you. So listen to episode 31 for more tips and money savings ideas. Thanks for listening, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to share this episode because, like I always say, life is better when you live it